Those chants were not echoing through the streets of Muzaffarabad. They were heard outside the White House in Washington, D.C. From senior citizens to youth, and now children hit the streets demanding liberation. Pakistan's fake assurances hit wall as Kashmiris are angry and they are fed up. Thousands of kilometers away from Pakistan occupied Kashmir, members of the Jammu and Kashmir Joint Awami Action Committee, the JAAC, along with the Kashmiri diaspora, gathered with placards, slogans, and one urgent appeal: the world must stop looking away. Outside the White House, protesters openly denounced the Shehbaz Sharif government while calling for protection from India. But the real question here is, why has a movement rooted in Pakistan occupied Kashmir reached the heart of America's capital? And why are they openly accusing the Pakistani administration and military of pushing the region deeper into crisis? Abductions, forced disappearances, and extrajudicial killings. Inside POK lies the deep, dark underbelly of Pakistan's atrocities that is haunting, and the world can no longer ignore this. According to the organizers of the protest, what is unfolding in Pakistan occupied Kashmir is no longer just a local issue. The people of POK ask for bread and they are biting bullets instead. Kashmiris are struggling with soaring inflation, rising electricity tariffs, unemployment, and shortages of essential supplies. The protesters also claim that peaceful demonstrations have been met with deadly force while residents continue to live under fear amid human rights violations. They say women, children, and the elderly are among those bearing the heaviest burden. Imagine waking up every day wondering whether you can afford your next electricity bill or whether raising your voice will lead to the killing of one of your family members. Whether all those allegations are independently verified remains a matter of ongoing scrutiny. But one thing was impossible to miss: the anger outside the White House, placards, slogans, and speeches all carried the same message: the world needs to pay attention. For many of those gathered, this is no longer just about inflation or rising prices. They believe it has become a fight for dignity, for basic rights, and for the chance to be heard. The anger was directed squarely at Islamabad. Demonstrators openly criticized Pakistan's military establishment and Chief of Army Staff Field Marshal Asim Munir. Placards accused Pakistan's security establishment of repression, while protesters demanded an end to what they described as state oppression in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. The criticism did not stop there though. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's government also came under attack. Protesters accused Islamabad of ignoring public grievances, choosing force over dialogue, and failing to address worsening economic hardships. Pakistan has consistently rejected allegations of systematic repression in POK, but the movement itself appears to be gathering momentum. The JAAC has continued leading anti-government protests in the region. It had earlier issued Islamabad a 48-hour ultimatum warning of what it called a grand and final response if its demands were not addressed. So what are they demanding? Their demands now go well beyond economic relief. They are urging the United Nations, the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, international media, and global human rights organizations to visit Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and independently assess the situation on the ground. They want the world to witness what they describe as worsening humanitarian conditions and alleged human rights violations. Some protesters also demanded the withdrawal of Pakistani security forces from the region, while others called for international support for a broader political movement inside POK. Taken together, these demands suggest something much bigger than a protest over inflation or electricity tariffs. The organizers argue that this has become a struggle over governance, political representation, and ultimately the future of Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Which brings us to the biggest question: When protest over the cost of living evolved into demands for political change, when criticism of government policies turns into open challenges to Pakistan's military establishment, and when those voices are no longer confined to Muzaffarabad but reach the gates of the White House, is this simply another wave of public anger? Or could it mark the beginning of a much larger challenge to Islamabad's authority in Pakistan occupied Kashmir? Only time will reveal which direction this movement takes. And that's a wrap from my side. Thank you so much for watching, and I am Tamanna Akhtar signing off for Times Now Digital. Until next time, take care and keep watching this space for more such videos.